said to me across this, they had this long, beautiful mahogany table inside in their fine rooms inside in Dáil Éireann, and we were sitting down across from them, and they said, no, you're not going to get an application granted for your daughter. And I said, why not? You need a paediatric neurologist to prescribe it, they said. And I said, last November you told us that we needed a specialist, and they said, well, you need a paediatric neurologist to apply for it, because they know that the paediatric neurologist, and just to add, okay, I have 2 paediatric neurologists that are supporting Ava down in Cork. 2 paediatric neurologists that are absolutely blown away by the alteration in Ava and how good she is and how well she's doing. Inside Ava's school, her teachers did a report on her which said that she has made more progress since last October, when she began the CPDI, than she did in the previous 2 years. And they are willing to go abroad for any type of training. They are willing to facilitate, they are willing to help in any way that they can, but they can't prescribe an illegal substance. And then Simon Harris has drawn out this compassionate access program, which is completely ridiculous, because a compassionate access program as it stands is allowing, or supposedly allowing, people with intractable epilepsy, MS, and the side effects of nausea and vomiting from chemotherapy to have access to medicinal cannabis. But no consultant is going to be able to prescribe medicinal cannabis for any of their patients because it's illegal. And they have to change the law to help us. And the thing is, they've changed the goalposts every single time. They've tried to break us down, they've tried to make us go away, they've tried to just ignore us, to just bully us, to do everything possible, you know, that we would move aside and just give up. And I can't give up, because if I give up on this, I'm giving up on Ava, and you can't give up on your children. And I'm a reasonable person. I'm not an unreasonable person. I have spent since October of 2015 trying to get in contact with politicians. I'm not a public person at all. I wanted to do things privately and discreetly and get the medication that Ava needs and maintain her dignity and her privacy. But I have been pushed to this. Our backs, my husband Paul and I have been pushed to this. Our backs are to the wall. We have been forced to even go as far as to push up one of Ava's seizures on television, because it just came down to that you know, we were under such pressure, just being ignored, no help. And when we were above last Thursday, I said to Simon Harris, I said, please give me an avenue to go down to get access to medicinal cannabis for Ava, because I'll do it if they just helped us. I'll do it. But they said no, and every suggestion that I have put before them, all they have said to me is, Vera, you need a pediatric neurologist. And they know that I can't get it because they know that the law has to be changed, and they know that that power is in their hands. And Kenny came out and put up the door the other day, and he said, all Vera Twomey needs to do is go and get a paediatric neurologist. That man knows well, or if he doesn't know, he should find out that we can't get a paediatric neurologist without the law changing. And you know, it's a disgrace. My little child has potential too. You know, and this is the medication that could give her the necessary hope to move forward in her life. You know, my little girl was non-verbal before we started her and did this CBDI. She's talking now in a program, like, it's coming, you know? Like, I always knew there was words inside there, just if I could only get at them, and they're coming now with the help of the CBD. But the thing is, the effectiveness of the CBD might be last, and that's why it's so urgent, because people that have access to the THC as well as the CBD have more security in the control of seizures or in discrimination or other complaints and conditions. And the thing is as well, you know, just in case people are out there saying that, you know, this, what are they asking for? This is legal in 11 European countries, you know, and like, I mean, it's like, I don't know, like the time of the gay marriage thing there when the people were protesting and walking for people to have the right to get married, which of course they absolutely do. Irish people stood up for them, you know, and like, why can't the Irish government do something for a little child like this? She's a vulnerable little girl. And I'd really ask you, you know, out there to, I'm sorry, no, it's just very hard. And I just ask you to please get in touch with your politicians locally, please. Email them, if you phone them, ask them, tell them that, you know what, we have a child here that she's going to die, right? That this is what happens to little kids with Dravet syndrome. Ava's seizures could go on for 2 hours, they could go on for an hour, they could go on for 15 minutes, they could go on for any length of time. Ava, wait till I give you an example. A year and a half ago, Ava had 16 seizures in 8 hours and she suffered a heart attack, and that was before she was 6 years old. That's the kind of reality that we're dealing with. That's the kind of life that medicinal cannabis can save you from. Because CBD on its own has changed her life. And I just would, you know, I know people are busy, and I do know people are busy and you have jobs to do, but if you had a moment to go on and get the email address of the politicians, or pick up the phone even if you had time and ring them and say, do something. Just do something, because it won't be very long before I run out of time. And Simon Harris's address is simon.harris@oir.ie. And please email that man and say to him to open his heart to a little child and to make that he has the power. Nobody's asking him to prescribe medicinal cannabis. Kilkenny stood up in the Dáil and actually said that was, what did people think? That he's not the minister for prescribing medicines. That's utterly ridiculous. Nobody suggested that he's the minister for prescribing anything. He's the minister for health. And he has the authority to change something like this to help a little girl. And he wouldn't just be helping one person. He'd be maybe changing the lives of thousands of people that are out there that have run out of options just like us. I really appreciate that, thanks, and I just want to say thanks as well for having us on, because it's very important to let people know, you know, the truth about what we're looking for and what we need, and like I just say again, just if you have time, you know, please make a call or please send an email, because she badly needs the help. Take care, all the best, bye-bye.